You can hit this right to bed by your side. Sunday mornings go for a ride. Oh, will it still need me? Will it still feed me when I'm 64?
What's up, guys? Spenny. One of the most shocking revelations in modern political history was Nancy Pelosi's eyebrows when she appeared on TV about this time last year. It's one of the reasons why I'm really sad Tucker Carlson's show is taking off the air because, well, this was Tucker's reaction.
So yesterday was Sunday. You may have found yourself on the couch, idly flipping around the TV dial. And if you flipped far enough, you could have had the shock of your life. Michael Jackson was on Face the Nation. Now, to be clear, this wasn't video of Michael Jackson performing his hit songs in the 1990s. This appeared to be a living version of the international pop star that news reports claim died of a drug OD more than a dozen years ago. And yet, despite those claims, there he was, fully, undeniably Michael Jackson talking on television. How can that be? Honestly, we have no idea. We're not theologians here. This is merely a news program. We can only show you what we saw. Here it is.
There's nothing more important for us to do than protect our Constitution and our democracy. What the Republicans are doing across the country is really a legislative continuation of what they did on January 6th, which is to undermine our democracy.
This is not the only time that Nancy Pelosi has been humiliated on national television. For instance, once she was so drunk she couldn't walk. Not AI. That totally happened. George Floyd's funeral. Okay. One time Nancy Pelosi forgot where she was.
As I said, on Friday, I started there early for voting, the day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning. Sunday morning.
She did literally, she forgot that the interview had already started. Look at George Stephanopoulos' face. He can't believe what's going on. Anyway, Nancy Pelosi isn't doing any better, right? So, like, you could argue, is this better or is this better? Dear goodness gracious, lady. What the hell is this? Brand new Pelosi just dropped, ladies and gentlemen, and plastic surgeons everywhere are screaming. What the hell is going on? Nancy Pelosi is now 86 years old. That's way longer than the median lifespan for an American woman or any American. And it's like, but she's still like clinging to power, and she's clinging. I'll tell you that. She's responding to Hunter Biden, who went on a scorched earth rampage about how Pelosi stabbed his father in the back and destroyed, obviously, his presidency. I'll play that clip in just a second. Perhaps you've seen it. But since this video is about Pelosi, I think I'll play Pelosi's response first. Now, this is something that's been out in the open many, many times, been written and reported about many times. That Nancy Pelosi was the one behind with the dagger in the back to Joe Biden. You saw it on national TV. You saw it everywhere. Nancy Pelosi immediately turned on a heel after Joe Biden's debate performance and started going on TV wondering about Joe Biden's cognitive capacity and so on. And then, like, you know, seeding sort of poisoning the apple, so to speak, against Joe Biden. And now here she is having to answer for that sin of which the Biden family is calling her out for.
Any second thoughts about what happened last summer or with
I don't have any second thoughts, but I do have a second thought about the Republicans. If they want to measure mental acuity or sanity, they ought to look to their own president, because the president of the United States, who was asked one question and answers by saying President Obama is guilty of treason, he is not of sane mind. But no, I have no second thoughts. I think that he was a great president. He accomplished remarkable things in a 2-year period where we had the majority. He had accomplishments that were seen in the same light as LBJ and Franklin Roosevelt. He didn't have as long a tenure as they did, but he had the quality of legislation, make a difference in people's lives. It's unfortunate that it went down this path, but I think that history will treat him well because he He did great things for our country, a super patriot, loved America, honored our Constitution, a big contrast to what we have now.
Well, first off, she really looks like she's on death's door. If you love these people, you know, Mitch McConnell's, Nancy Pelosi broke her hip, right? She fell down a flight of stairs. I don't want that to happen. I'm wishing any physical harm to Nancy Pelosi at all. That's just what happens when you're old. Same thing with Mitch McConnell. He fell down a flight of stairs, cracked a bunch of ribs. Mitch McConnell's down a wheelchair. Nancy Pelosi's in a walker or a wheelchair, depending on the day. And it's clear, like, I mean, look at this. And you can grab, you know, the screenshots here. What is this? What's going on with her face? What is this exactly? You can see like her face. What's that? What's that? Look at that. It's a real shot of Nancy Pelosi. There it is. You want to know how we get our thumbnail images? You just got to find the right frame. What the hell? I mean, so you could say it's the plastic surgery, but sure as hell looks like a stroke to me. Nancy Pelosi stroking out on camera. She has every reason to, obviously. Hunter Biden is now doing a rampage through about everyone who knifed his father. He went after Pelosi, went after George Clooney, went after everyone, and just burned it all to the ground. Here we go. We got to get we broke our finger off hitting the bleep button on this, but here's Hunter Biden on his rampage.
Opinions, but him, and everybody around him. I don't have to be nice. Number one, I agree with Quentin Tarantino. George Clooney is not a actor. He is a I don't know what he is. He's a brand. And by the way, and God bless him. You know what? He supposedly treats his friends really well. You know what I mean? Buys them things. And he's got a really great place in Lake Como. And he's great friends with Barack Obama. Fuck you. What do you have to do with anything? Why do I have to listen to you? What right do you have to step on a man who's given 52 years of his life to the service of this country and decide that you, George Clooney, are going to take out basically a full-page ad in the New York Times to me and James Carville, who hasn't run a race in 40 years, and David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of David Axelrod. And David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40-50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history, how to have a better midterm election than anybody in history, and how to garner more votes than any president that has ever run. And they're going to replace their judgment for his.
Not to mention...
Who's Jake Tapper's audience? Jake Tapper...
My mom or something? I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
For real, though. I don't even think it's your mom anymore.
No.
By the numbers, what influence does Jake Tapper have over anything? He has the smallest audience on cable news. And beyond that, I think that the book is right now on Amazon that he put out. I mean, his ratings just went to shit after he put the book out. You know, they did a 2-week infomercial for it. I mean, it was such a money grab, such a disservice to everybody that he serves with.
So yeah, what do you say, Nancy? I want Joe to know it was me. Look at this. Pelosi, Trump is not of sane mind, and Biden was the greatest president. God, I don't think anybody's buying it. Nancy Pelosi plastered at some summit she's speaking at. This is the leader of the Democrat Party. She's at it again, huh?
But also their employees, their customers, the community they lived in. So about 30 times. Stakeholder capitalism. Now we've moved to shareholder capitalism, where the CEO of the company is making like 300 or 400 times what their workers are making. It would take some of our workers
when an angry liberal woman does this,
a lifetime
you're
to make
the dumbest thing.
A lifetime to make what the CEO makes in 1 year.
Lady, you're worth $200 million on a $100,000 salary in Congress. And that's a rich salary for what you do. And she's sitting there complaining about CEOs? It's like the insider trader of all time. Wild. Pelosi said Trump is not of sane mind and that Joe Biden's like FDR. When is Nancy Pelosi going to take a cognitive test? She looks terrible. She needs to lay off the vodka. Nancy Pelosi. Biden's actually a great president. She's drunk again. Pelosi drunk, slurring through interviews. Look at that frame. Gee whiz. Nancy Pelosi speaks out about Joe Biden's legacy, calling him a super patriot. Walking ad for term limits. Exactly right. Goodness. Holy moly. I regret to inform you, Nancy Pelosi is drunk again. You know what? It's great to just see the meltdown. It's great to see the flames. It's great to see all of it on fire. Let's keep it going. I don't like any infighting. I guess it's like, I guess it's par for the course. I don't like the infighting though on our side. Keep it on them. Keep the focus on them. Keep the focus on them. Right? This is a nightmare. It's a very entertaining nightmare though. I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of fun on the channel. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.